iPhones are one of the best cell phones on the market, and they're built like rockets. Their cameras, chips, screens, and other components are more often than not the best of the best, and the engineers behind these pieces of art are always proud of their achievements. But nothing can be perfect, right? Well, Androids have something that most iPhones don't, and actually, they often outperform iPhones in this area: their battery life. iPhone's batteries dry out in hours, and you need to always charge them a lot. Why does that happen? iPhones might be state-of-the-art technology, but their batteries are like any other cell phone battery in the end. They are made with lithium, with a few changes made here and there to make them more durable, but the same old lithium battery in the end. So, before talking about why an iPhone battery doesn't last long, we need to know more about batteries. We should also talk about why these are the most efficient types of batteries on the market right now. Basically, lithium batteries are made up of an anode, cathode, separator, electrolyte, and two collectors, one positive and one negative. You have lithium inside the anode and cathode, which are the biggest pieces in the battery. Thanks to the electrolytes, the charge can travel through the lithium, charging the battery. This energy goes from the anode to the cathode and vice versa through the separator. This moves the lithium ions and creates free electrons in the anode, which charge the collector and the dispositive. This makes the electrical current flow in the collector, fueling the phone with electricity. The charge and discharge processes are much easier to explain, and it might help you understand the last explanation, which is very confusing if you don't know anything about batteries. When lithium batteries are discharging and providing electricity, the anode releases lithium. Then the lithium goes to the cathode, which generates a flow of electrons from one side of the battery to the other. And when you decide to charge your battery, the opposite happens. When you plug your device, lithium ions are released by the cathode, and the anode receives them. With this being said, lithium batteries have a limited number of circles that the device can handle before deteriorating. Knowing more about why lithium batteries are the way they are might help you keep your iPhone battery alive. Lithium batteries were released in 1991, and they changed the way multiple electronics worked. This isn't the only innovative method of storing energy, but this is the most used to date and one of the most efficient and cheap. They are also very efficient, and they store a lot of energy in a very tiny space without being overly expensive or difficult to make. We explained a little how this battery worked, but from that, the most important part that you need to know is that they can be recharged and they can provide energy without trouble. Other batteries actually struggle to handle this feat, and lithium does it naturally. Another big pro of these batteries is that they're very slim and can be adapted, and the cherry on top of this is that they're very durable, but only with the proper care. So lithium batteries have a lifetime of approximately 3 years. After a few years, they can clump and form irregularities due to the energy movement and chemicals, but more importantly, they have a number of charge cycles before starting to malfunction. So let's say that after 400 charge cycles and a lot of use, your phone isn't lasting as long as it used to. This is because the battery capacity reached a point where it lost a fifth of its capabilities. There are ways to make it last longer and take better care of it, but after enough cycles, the battery is doomed and you will need to change it. Now that you understand better how batteries work, and now that you know that an iPhone battery are lithium batteries, we can explain why iPhone batteries take so long to charge. Most iPhone apps work in the background, and those battery-hungry features are the reason why most iPhone users are always seen around asking people for iPhone charging cables. If you have a brand new phone, the battery should last a lot, but iOS puts more energy into having everything work fast, so battery life just gets sucked dry. Another big problem behind the iPhone battery life is the politics the Apple CEO pushes. According to the company, people prefer a fast phone over a slow phone, so the apps use even more energy. Now, other Apple products use batteries with 1,000 cycles, for example. The battery life of other Apple devices is guaranteed to be fully working and fully new. iPhones, on the contrary, are designed to retain up to 80% of their original capacity after 500 complete cycles under normal conditions. What does this mean? Well, after 200 cycles, for example, your phone health will decrease to 90%. If you buy a brand new iPhone, after approximately 200 days of regular use and a normal cycle, its battery will be worn down to 10%. After probably 1.5 years, you'll need a new battery, and only if you take extremely good care of it. Heat, more frequent charge cycles, and the use you give your phone can worm down the battery even faster. You'll need to change your battery in less time, and that's a brand new phone. Older phones could handle more charging cycles. Even older iPhone batteries lasted longer, managing more efficiently their power and battery health in the long run. Apple provides user guides on how to properly take care of their batteries, but most people don't know how to actually take care of them. This isn't hard, but it requires a lot of attention and extra care that most of us aren't used to. First, it's very important to always update your phone's software so the apps can work more efficiently. You can check for updates in Settings, General, and Software updates. Before starting the process, try to have your battery fully charged or plug your phone into a power source. With the View Battery Usage Information tab, you can also control other factors that drain out your battery very easily. In that tab, you can optimize your settings, manage and enable the low power mode, and check the phone's battery activity, location, cell coverage, home screen brightness, and much more. These options and the optimization of all of them can give you an extra few years of battery health and a few extra hours of battery life. If this isn't enough, you could also change the way you use your phone. Little things, nothing big. For example, you could adjust your push email and some app notifications from apps that you don't look at a lot or don't need to check constantly. Notifications are very helpful, but most drain your phone very fast. Also, background app activities can be draining. Always check which apps refresh frequently or if they have excessive activity. If that's ever the case, you can disable it and force quit apps when you aren't on your phone. Your display is a source of problems too. If you can't get used to it, never use your screen at full brightness and try to have a short screen out. Adjust everything you can related to your screen so your battery can last longer. If you have an old iPhone, maybe there's nothing you can do and no amount of adjustment or change will recover its battery. If you replace your old phone, you need to consider everything we mentioned in this video nonetheless. If you think that you can't handle all the changes, well, get an Android. iPhones are incredible phones, but they also have their bad sides, and sometimes you don't need a state-of-the-art iPhone in your hands, and you can get a state-of-the-art Android with exactly what you need instead. After all, it is a matter of preference. Do you like iPhones or Androids more? Comment down below.